Hey guys, I just finished almost 20 video series on playing handicap as even, pointed at points of interest. This is not one of those. This is me. I just thought usually when I give stones, um, I'm supposed to easily win. So I'm able to back off, play more, just extremely basic. But then I just thought, well, let's get four stones to this is 2Q, which only makes white three down, right? Yeah. Now I should still win, but it shouldn't be easy. So let's take a look. I thought it was interesting. Okay, I'm white. Just settle. We all like to settle. Nice big juicy corner. And black supports the bottom area. So in playing these games, you gotta think about what's going on. So let's look. He's doing a pretty big thing in area one. He's building it. It's not like I can't play in there, but I'll be forming a group that's quite small, and then he gets all the way around me as I do that. So I'm simply transferring any profit from area one, and then he makes it somewhere else. Let's just look at that briefly so you know what I'm talking about. Let's do it this way. So I settle. Great. I've removed half the value from the bottom. But now what has it got on the left? At least that much on the left. So I don't want to simply live down there. I do want to do something, but since he can't take it in one move, then I'm not in a rush to play there. Next thing going on, this move. Well, when he plays here, he's making area one. That's pleasant. That's one thing that's good about his move. The next thing is now this stone's alive. I can't kill it. And if I want to live, which I kind of do, then I have to play this way and actually live. Well, black's getting an awful lot, and it was Sente. So, area one, and specifically a black move around A, both pretty meaningful. And this is a 2Q computer, and 2Q computers are not slouches. They tend to play in good places at good times, and if you're weak, they're going to chase you pretty good. I mean, it's they're not bad. I followed, I just followed my regular pattern. I mean, it's four stones. I can't win. He might lose, but there's no way I can get more than my fair share. And I think he's already given away 2 or 3 points personally. I think A's unnecessary. I think B should be at C and A's unnecessary. You clump all that together, it's not more than like a 2 point loss, if it's a loss at all. It's still a great move. So my pattern tends to be play at A, settle, which I did in the corner. Play at B, settle. We'll see how that goes. And thirdly, enter some 3-3. I played this pattern for years, and I've shared many of the games with you. Okay, so there's my pattern. I go to B. He does this again. If I'm playing one of those games where I'm like really supposed to win, I'll do this because it's fun. I mean, let's look at it. Boom. Let's go the other way. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, black's getting downright exciting. And I'm really quite low on the right. Now, I'm not inefficient at all. The two low groups on the right are not an inefficiency because they're so far apart. And I have Sente. But still, I like doing this when I'm supposed to win. It makes it quite exciting. But here, I'm like, he's doing a lot in the center. So I'm just going to play at lessons with a pro last year. And he says, oh, I play this all the time to stop my opponent from getting a moyo in the center. Yeah, he gets points on the right and he gets points on top, but he doesn't get the center. He says, and I don't like playing against center moyos, so I do this. And he was a pro, and it's like, okay, that I usually think of this as almost bad for white, but I'm trying to learn that it's okay. So I do it here. Okay, no tricky, just Joseki. Now I have choices. I can settle. I can settle. I can settle. These are all reasonable. Or I can semi-settle in Sente, which I chose to do. Semi-settle because the ladders at the moment favor me. And let's just look. That's the fear, right? Well, 3-3 is open. This is why this is a Joseki, because that 3-3 is still open. Okay, so he plays there. I start thinking. The left. Nice place to play. No one's there yet. I can start doing something. I mean, for instance, my center's getting exciting. I might start doing something on the left. Okay, maybe some momentum. But give me a break. It's not like it's real or anything, right? I didn't like it. It's not practical. Yeah, not even Sente. So maybe it's time to shoulder hit and develop, make this less and try to find some Sente there. Okay. I felt that this was better than the left. Then we have coming in here. The problem with this move is my feeling is I'm not going to be able to use A again because he's going to handle it something like this. And now by the time I get this stone settled, there's not going to be a lot of aji on the bottom. I don't want to use up my A. And then look at this again. And let's say that let me get on the right button here. Just a second. There we go. And let's say I settle. I fix the cut, which I don't need to, but I'm just looking at this picture. And then he starts in here. Well, if I take the corner, good grief, the right is immediately large. So I have to pay him something to accomplish this. I'm seeing this as the biggest issue. So once again, I might bring out the A stone right now. This is going to answer some questions. It's going to tell me where to play next. Rather than something like white B isn't going to tell me much of anything. But if I play something like C, I'm going to know right away what his plans are, what direction I should go. And then if I get rid of the D issues, because I really want, once I get it on the right button, this sort of idea. Making black small, maybe even attacking him. Problem is, I die in the corner. So I started here to finish my pattern. So all that thinking I just did, I'm going to use in a minute in the upper right. Here, I follow the pattern. This is another reason to follow the pattern. I don't have to think about it. See all that intense thinking I was doing? Oh, what about A? What about B? Oh my God, what about C? What about this guy? So much to think about. Oh, just follow your pattern. Well, that's easier. Boom, 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 boom. Sure. You can play this anytime. I played it now. I got Sente. Okay. We now have information about the bottom. If he tries to do anything on the bottom, I'll either bring out my A stone or get a free move. And just, I mean, even if he plays this way, got a very nice little group here. So between those two Ajis, I'm fine on the bottom. He can't take it. Okay. Then we do all that other thinking. Say, well, all the things I want to do with my center wall start with the corner, so I'll play in the corner. Okay, all basic. I did get a little bit excited here, like, is he going to let me kill something? Tari. And now what? I'm not alive in the corner. I could play this, but there's an awful lot of cuts here. I could play it this way, but he can just go kill my corner and he's still out. So just, oh, I actually did do this to make sure I got that cut. Get the cut, then live. Okay. Boom. Yeah, let's play here because it's Sente and it gives me some center thickness. Okay. I live in the corner. I got center thickness. Now what? Well, I got to tell you, I hate this. He's growing the right in Sente. I have to say this. So I'll play it. Strengthen the center, maybe grow the center, all in Sente. Okay, he's got to save his group. Now, notice something. Remember how big this move was before? Now it's small. Smaller. It's not big at all. Because he's already settled there. It's on the third line. It's a 2-space extension. And I can still play here. Right? So how big was that again? Just not very big. Heck, this is even Sente, right? I mean, it's just tiny over there. So I feel good about that. Where to next? I thought about this. Grow the left. But I'm only on the third line. Maybe this is better. But I have 3 corners. I love these points. I'm really happy about the points. And Sente. Okay, that made me happy. I picked up another corner in Sente. Now, it's also true he's cut here, which is a little more important than you might think. We'll see that later. So next, I looked all around. There's things, check it out. What's he going to do? let's say he tries this one. I back off, connects, okay. I mean, I'm getting more points. He's going to want to fix here. Okay, maybe. I just decided, I don't want this to go away. Let me do it right now without commitment. If he just decides to take it, then fine. Whatever. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do, but I want to know how to proceed. So I started here. Okay, now there's a bunch of stuff. I just decided to do this. I felt dissatisfied at the time, and I still feel dissatisfied, but I think it's going to be very hard to kill the group. And black does have weaknesses, and I am taking the bottom away, probably. So that's what I decided on. I'm not at all convinced. Maybe for me, the best black to do is here. I Hane. He might, if he says Atari, I can't save because of the Atari, but I can save here. And now taking the 2 isn't big, right? I can just play away, do whatever I want. Nice subtle group. So I don't think this is best, but it was the move I could see in front of me. That's like, okay, I'll start here. I mean, I want to come out here, right? But a simple Atari, I can't escape. So the cut is meaningless, right? If I cut him, so he'll still come down here. I can't kill him. So I just couldn't find anything else. So I play here. He plays there. I should not play here. I did. But he could ignore that and play this way. Then I'm dead. I just well, he has to play here. No, he doesn't. So I got lucky there. That lets me out. And I decided to go ahead and fix. Gives me thickness. It's kind of hard to surround this white wall. Not impossible. And I can get out to the left to some extent. And he has a no wide stick. I'm starting to feel good about this situation. Comes out. I looked at a couple ways to get out, and the only one that seemed positive was this one. Nice shape. Sure. Tari, connect. Then read out the cut. Yeah, works. Great. I'm glad because I was about to die. Go take. He's dead. I'm alive. Centec. I kind of think maybe this is better because his group's weak. But I still have my weaknesses here, right? There's still problems here. And I didn't feel like I was really strong enough to attack well. So I thought, well, I'll just make a large extension, knowing it's asking for too much. But if he says, sorry, buddy, that's too much, I'm coming in, that means I'll be able to use my flexible A stones. They're very hard to kill. And I'll be able to use the cut at B. So he has some problems, so I reach far. To me, that's basic in all Go, but in particular handicap. He's weak, press far. He has a problem, start a fight there, that kind of thing. He plays here, just kill it. Okay, standard. Now I can just walk right out. Most of you know this. Let's just make sure we all do. If he cuts, first I'm going to make sure I have an eye there. And then he can't kill because the Ataris. So the best he can do is, gosh, what can he do? This, and his corner's just dead. Okay, he plays here. Okay, Tari, out, out, Sente. And no reason to press again. So one move here to get my shape in order. And just a second. My alarm for the prosthetist, one of the fun words by missing a leg. Prosthetist. I told this story recently, twice actually. I hadn't told it in years, but it came up. It's a hilarious story. I'm on my way to the prosthetist, and I didn't tell my wife because she was going to a meeting. I never would see her, so I just went. And I figured while I was out, I'd have some dinner. My wife's meeting canceled. So she comes home. Where's Lance? So she texts me, where are you? Well, I'm driving. So I just tap the voice. So Google's going to translate, right? I'm at the prosthetist and then dinner. When I get home from driving, then I look at my phone to see if any texts were in, and I read it, and Google said, I'm at dinner with a prostitute. I tell you, it scared me. I went running in the house. Does she understand that's not what I said? And she had figured it out, but still, she had that look in her eye like, oh, you bad person. We laughed about that for years. It was pretty funny. Okay, so this is a very nice white move. Over or under? Okay. Well, he says no over or under. Great, Sente. And I don't want to fool around there. Let's just live. I've played this, well, certainly dozens of times, and I still don't know if I need to play now. What kind of co is there? So I just play, so I don't have to think about it. That's a darned lazy thing to do. And I've done it dozens of times because I don't want to bother reading it out. Now, if I was in a position where I needed Sente, okay, I'll read it out. But other than that, I'm so lazy. Boom, out, looking for the cut, saving my group. So there's some possibilities here, right? Pretty hard for that stone to escape. But still, I feel like it's a weak group. So I come out looking for the cut, right? So my getting out's a big move, and it might not be Sente, but it's certainly Sente-like. So he plays here. Now, I read out the cut a number of times because I want the cut, right? But just not Sente. So without getting cut, I come towards that. When he plays here, for the first time, he's coming near my center group. And I'm just picturing peep and yikes. Looks bad. So with that one approach, I'm like, great, fix, fix, Just fix it. Great. I'm alive. Thank you very much. Wanted life. Looking for the cut. I can't find any way to cut. So I just decide to use it to get eyes in shape. Get in some shape. So I have an eye, and there's a second eye. So I have two eyes. In Sente. Big in-game move, right? That sucker's big. It's so big, I probably should have done it earlier. Found some way to pick up Sente. Leave a weakness behind. Give him a couple points, all to get this move in. It was pretty big. Here, if I walk away, boom, 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 boom. So yeah, I'm living, but he really pushed me in a lot. So this is not a small move. Now I have to be careful. If he plays this at the right time, I could end up dead. Let's look at it. Black, white. So if this is here, and it's his move, so we used up one liberty. Atari, I can't save. I have to take. Atari, I can't save because the Atari's me, which means I'm playing in here. Atari, okay, but maybe there's a couple other variations here that maybe one of them is even worse. It's just a bad situation. So I was glad to get that in. This is bad shape. And here I'm like, that's suspicious. So I started reading. Wasn't easy, but it's important, right? It's a big one. So I read it again. Couldn't quite handle it. Read it again. I read it 5 times, and the result was my confidence is up in at least 85% confidence. That gives 15% chance that my corner is going to die. Now, someone who's better at reading than I am, which is most everybody, can read it out to completion, 99%, no problem. But Atari, he has to, I come in, what's he going to do? Now, it didn't happen, so let's look at it now. He cuts, Atari, save, Atari. Okay, that one's clear. What about this way? Atari, Atari, Atari. Okay, they all seem to work. So I play here, he comes under, best he can do. Atari, connect. No, he went here. Atari, capture, snap back, take the corner. So I don't know how big that was. 2, 4, 5, 7-ish. That's not bad for in game. Okay, just real basic, just end game now, right? This is still, I have to respond, right? If I don't respond, Atari. So you can see how bad the shape is here. So he does play and I do respond. That just means he should play here first and then here, and it's one more point for him. I think that's it. Nothing else? Nothing else, just in-game. So we'll call it quits there. The end result, I think, was 20 something. Let's see. 13. I remember 13, not 20. That's me being hopeful. So a harder game than I'm used to. Okay, that's it. Hope you enjoyed.